Hi, I'm Shimelle and I'm here at Scrapbook.com with two of my collections from American Crafts. Head in the Clouds is a collection that came out just before Christmas and it's fairy tale themed. And Sparkle City is my new spring release which comes out in March. And the two collections, although the motifs are very different, are designed to work together with a really complementary color scheme and gives you the option of taking things into the kind of real world look of Sparkle City or the fantastical and fairy tale of Head in the Clouds. So today I'm going to scrapbook this photo with a little bit of both. I wanted to show you the differences in the 12 by 12 paper pads because one of them is a paper pad. Sparkle City is a 12 by 12 paper pad with 48 sheets. That's 24 designs twice. So you get two of each. So if you do double pages, this is what you want because you've got two of everything. And some of the pages have a holographic finish that you don't get when you buy the individual sheets. So you might see that little bit of shimmer coming through there. That's a paper pad, but in Head in the Clouds, it's a little bit different. It's called a project pad, and it includes a little bit of variety. So at the back of the project pad, you have 12 by 12 textured cardstock to match with all of the colors of the collection. And then two sheets of glitter paper. And then your patterns. Now you don't get duplicates in this case. They're all individuals and some of them again do have holographic or metallic foil that you don't get on the individual sheets. This alphabet that doesn't come anywhere else in the collection. So that's kind of a rose gold coppery foil and it matches the font of the thickers in this collection, which are called Fairy Tale. So if you want a flat version of the same alphabet as the thickers, then that's right here in the project pad. And then there's also a 12 by 12 sticker sheet that has all the different motifs from the collection with that foiled finish. So you get lots of different things to create all sorts of different projects with the project pad from Head in the Clouds. Now I'm going to start with a background paper from Sparkle City, and then I'm going to use a mix of the two collections to embellish. And I want to find something that's a little bit lighter to use in my background, like this one with all the arrows. And I'm going to use this one with all sorts of small pieces to embellish, and a little bit of light blue, this one, which says wonderful, wonderful, wonderful all over it. Let's start with that blue in the background and the white arrows. And I'm going to use the full sheet of the arrows and 6 by 12 of the blue, so half a sheet. Stick that 6 by 12 straight onto my background. A half and half design to work with. And then I'm going to actually use that branding strip and put it here in the middle. Now because it's come from the project pad, it has a hole in the middle. That's not going to be a problem at all because it's just going to give me a spot that I'm going to cover up with other layers as I go. So I'm not going to worry about it at all. I just want a nice little bit of pattern and contrasting color to break up that middle of the page. Now I have these to cut apart and start some embellishment. So I'm going to pull these two little labels here. And then I'm going to start looking at how I can match this with the things from Head in the Clouds to have a little bit more of a fairy tale feel. So both collections have a 12 by 12 chipboard sheet, and in this case I'm going to use one of the dragons. Have a look at the composition. I'm going to cover up that spot in the middle, and I'm going to bring my photo over onto this half of the page here. And I know that my dragon is going to fit nicely in this empty space of the photo, and it's going to frame the edge of him in the picture. So I'm just going to pop that upside down because I'm not quite ready to stick it onto the page, but I wanted to be able to see where it would fit. I'd love to have some framing around that, and I'm going to go to the journaling pad. There's one of these in both collections. There's 6 by 8. So I love the journaling pad because it is a way to include lots of different styles for your writing, lines in different directions, shapes, colors, and all of that. But Also, because I designed it to not just be for scrapbookers, if you are somebody who has a friend who loves pretty stationery, but perhaps isn't a scrapbooker, these are a great gift because they're great for notes, they're great for planners, they're great for your homework, they're great for your shopping list. It just is a really cute way to have your paper instead of a plain paper pad. So I really love that this is a product that can be enjoyed by scrapbookers and just people who like pretty paper in general. So the red and the pink that I'd already added there in the middle are a nice match to the brick pattern on this one. So I'm going to use this, which is from the Sparkle City journaling pad, as one of the layers that's going to go behind the photo. Just going to trim that at the top, nice and easy because there are the writing lines on there. And what I'm going to do is use the brick pattern there, but then come back to grab just the journaling box here, which I'm going to use as another layer in this page. Now, I would like to have some contrast behind there. There are all these different colors that I've brought in here that are not present in everything else so far. So I wanted to use a lot of the blue and the red because it picks up on what's in the photo, but I also need something behind it to make it pop a little bit more. So I'm going to use this star pattern. This is called Look to the Stars. It has constellations made from dragons and unicorns. And I'm just going to hold this in place so that I can get an idea of how much I want to use. And now I can make a little layered paper stack. Now, if you like to use ink on your pages, you can ink the edges of all of these. If you like distressed edges, you can sand the edges or file all of them to get a little bit of a distressed look. But what I want to do is just arrange them all into a little messy stack. So what I want to imagine is that I've taken a whole bunch of papers from a messy desk and gathered them all up, but not done that final tap that makes everything into a tidy stack. So I want to keep the angles really, really small so that it doesn't feel like I have to tilt my head. Whenever I'm designing with angles, I want everything to stay really small so that I never look at a page and tilt my head to follow the layout, to follow all of the different angles that are on the page. And I offset my edges. If you look at little things like this, so this photo is coming out further than those there, but the brick is inside there, so I get this little edge, and I'm just looking all little places so I can have just a tiny little bit of the paper showing. Now, if you look at a technique like that and it automatically makes you worry because I'm covering up so much of the paper, let me tell you a little secret. One, there is more paper. It's okay to use it. But also, you can't get a layered look unless there's just a tiny bit. So if you like layered looks, you have to let that idea go that you're covering up a lot of the pattern. I don't have any full butterflies on show there, but that's okay. I bet that you can probably still tell that they're butterflies. And if I use a full butterfly as an embellishment somewhere else on the page, it's going to be even more obvious that the two are connected. And I only need that tiny little strip for it to work. Don't be afraid to cover up plenty of pattern. That's going to go in there. And then I need my dragon who's been sitting here waiting on deck. That dragon is going to go right there. Do you see how there's a little angle made here from his shoulder and his hair? And there's an angle made here from his wing. And the two just fit perfectly together. The other thing I'm looking for is where the edge of this photo is, so I don't end up with a funny little bit of photo coming out the other side of his neck. Now, what shall we embellish with? Well, there's washi tape galore because there's a set in both collections. And I love this tiny, tiny little one that has all little phrases along it. This is from Head in the Clouds. It has phrases like, I believe in fairy tales, and once upon a time, make a wish. So I've got this little column now where I can build my embellishment and my title and all sorts of things like that. Now, both collections have phrase thickers that you can use as titles. They're holographic in Sparkle City, and they are this glittery finish on white foam in Head in the Clouds. I'm going to overlap the beginning of the title with the dragon. And then I can use these little pieces on the same sheet. Now, I really, really love this product. This is a sticker book from Head in the Clouds, and I want to show you just how small it is. It's made to be really little, so you can keep it in your planner, you can keep it in your handbag, you can keep it wherever you keep small things, and then the stickers inside are nice and tiny. So they're great for adding little embellishments here and there. I could put that right on the photo, but I think I want to leave a little breathing room there. And a final little touch before I add journaling, I'm going to use these puffy hearts, which are probably my favorite thing from Head in the Clouds. I love, love puffy hearts. We had them in Go Now Go collection a while back, and they were my favorite then. And I finally got to make them again, but in new patterns. I don't know what that says about me, but I could have puffy hearts in every collection and be very happy. And then, where would I put journaling on a page like this? Well, remember, I cut my journaling box. So here's what I'm going to do. I could put it all the way over like that and write on the horizontal, but I've done all of that along this vertical column. So I'm going to put the journaling box over here to the side and run the lines on the vertical, and I'm just going to journal on the vertical and run my journaling right along there. Everything is all really compact, and I use that vertical line right down the middle of the page to keep everything together, and it makes two collections, Sparkle City and Head in the Clouds, which both work with the same color schemes, and I hope you'll enjoy putting them together as much as I do. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.